I believe that no, this scenario is not present in our community because first of all, there's no multi-grade schools there in our community, and the schools is not too far from the highway, so there's no problem in transportation. I believe that some other factors why this scenario exists is that this is because of the factors like geographical factors, cultural factors, and social economic factors.
Good day everyone, I'm Crystal Maurice Alcana and today we are going to be discussing about multigrade. So before we start, I would like all of you to please introduce yourselves first.
Hello everyone, this is Cherry Igator.
Hello everyone, this is Rachel Rubias.
Hi everyone, my name is Benedict Pantao. Hello everyone, I am Giancarlo Hatko.
A while ago, I've asked you to read the life of a teacher teaching in a multigrade classroom, specifically the life of Mrs. Jones. Now my question is, how is Mrs. Jones benefiting from her experiences as a teacher at the multigrade school?
So by working as a multigrade teacher, Mrs. Jones first is acquires a range of skills, then she also benefits from improved student-teacher connections, then enhances managerial and organizational abilities, and then it builds close connections with the community and boosts her sense of self.
Great answer, Cherry. So my second question is, if you are Mrs. Jones, how would you use the advantages of multigrade teaching to make your workload lighter?
So as a future multi-grade teacher, if ever, so I could make a workload lighter by, first is the community's involvement is being increased, and the second one is offering students more responsibilities and creating a more stimulating learning atmosphere for the kids.
That is a very correct answer, Miss Cherry. Now, my third question is, state the factors contributing to the existence of some of the multigrade schools in your area.
So multi-grade classes or schools may have been established due to a variety of factors, including, so first is we will have geographical factors, then the second one is the political factors, then the cultural factors, and the socio-economic factors.
Now that we know and expand our knowledge about the multigrade, especially the life of Mrs. Jones, I would like you to tell me the benefits of multigrade classes, the benefits that the teachers can have or can attain, and the benefits that the learners can attain from a multigrade class.
So we have this two, what we so-called, first is we will have the teachers and the second one is a learner, right? So the first one is the teacher. So when the teacher is, it increase comprehension of learners, then it also improve classroom discipline, then a better relationship with the community, and lastly, it develop the development of self-esteem. So when we talk about the for learners, so we have this better social skills, then it improve learner or teacher understanding and a richer learning environment, and lastly, we have increased learning development of self-esteem.
Thank you very much for that informative answer, Ms. Gador. Now we know about the benefits that the multi-grade classroom can offer to both the teacher and the learners. Now I have 3 case studies that I would like you all to read, and I will have questions later. Now guys, are you all done reading the case study?
Yes!
Now I have a question for all of you. So my first question is, what are the similarities among these case studies in the manner in which multi-grade teaching is practiced?
We look at teaching practices used in multi-grade classes. We used the binational teaching hierarchy as stated. We found 2 main practices to reduce or capitalize on students' heterogeneity. The result combines to the awareness of the potential of the multi-grade teaching. The 2 main types of strategies were practices that aim to reduce or capitalize on students' heterogeneity. The results illustrate how differently multi-grade teaching can be realized and how it can be effectively support individual student learning. The findings are discussed with regard to teacher education with the intention of increasing the awareness of the professional skills required in a highly teaching practices in multi-grade teaching.
That is a very interesting answer, Mr. John Rabias. Now my second question is, discuss why you think multi-grade teaching would most likely be the only type of schooling available in these communities.
I believe that it depends a great deal on the ability of the teacher. I have asked a multi-grade teacher and she said that his attempt to teach effective in a multi-grade classroom and it is not easy a task. The teacher is always juggling class activities as there are 2 curriculums that must be considered.
Thank you for your answer, Mr. Rabias. Now, my third question is, analyze the factors that lead to the establishment of multi-grade schools. How do these factors affect the education system in remote areas?
The factors that lead to the establishment of multi-grade schools is the small number of students for each grade level, the shortage of teachers, the distance from the community to the nearest school, and the inadequacy of funds and classrooms are reasons that necessitate the organization of multi-grade classes.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. Raxjan Herregas. Now, my next question is, evaluate the benefits of multi-grade schools. How does the family-like setting and learning environment in multi-grade schools affect the emotional stability and academic performance of each student? Yes, what's your opinion, Mr. Ben Edward Pantajo?
To answer your question, they receive more intentional training to be independent workers. Off-task behaviors diminish as self-discipline and accountability increases. Lengthier time with the same teacher can increase trust, understanding of expectations, and positive relationship between teachers and students, and teacher and parents. Family-related factors like parents' educational level, their values and expectations have a significant impact on child's early skills and later educational outcomes. Further, parents provide their child alongside with other learning environments abroad, mathematically and early literacy in.
Thank you, Mr. Ben Edward Pantajo. That is a very instructive and enlightening answer. So my next question is, create a plan to address the challenges faced by teachers in multi-grade classroom. How can teachers manage and teach students of different ages, abilities, development levels, backgrounds, experiences, motivations, and interests simultaneously?
The strategies of the teachers to overcome those challenges were praying, using the web, having time management, self-conditioning, developing plans, and doing research. I believe that handling multi-grade classes requires time, effort, and balance. Letting your students teach each other is one of the best ways to handle a mixed age and mixed ability classroom. It gives you the chance to introduce or review simple concepts with the younger or beginner students while still having a way to keep more advanced students engaged.
Thank you, Mr. Ben Edward Pantajo. Your answers were all very informative and very enlightening on this matter about multi-grade teaching. Now, my next question is, design an educational program for multi-grade classrooms that will cater to the diverse learning needs of students. How can teachers create a curriculum that will be suitable for students of different age groups and learning abilities? Now, can you please answer this question, Mr. General Capto? Do you have any opinion about this matter?
If I were to design a curriculum in a multi-grade classroom, I'll include the classroom management, collaborative learning, using differentiated instruction, connecting the teaching to real-life situations, integrating technology in teaching, and the flexibility of the teacher.
Thank you, Mr. Jean-Carl Capta. That was such an impressive idea of making your curriculum in a multi-grade setup. Now, my last question is, examine the impact of cultural and social economic factors on access to education. How can the education system ensure that all children, regardless of their cultural and socio-economic backgrounds, have equal access to education?
So to ensure that all children have access to education regardless of culture and socioeconomic factors, that is why the government and the Department of Education has mandated the establishment of multi-grade schools because as what they say, education is for all in matter what your status in life and who you are, deserving of a chance of learning and knowledge which you gain through education with the help of multi-grade structure.
Thank you everyone for all the knowledge that you have imparted today. I hope that you've learned something new that will help you in your future journey as a teacher. Once again, thank you everyone and have a nice day ahead.
Alegria Municipality is one of the 44 towns and considered a fourth-class municipality of Cebu Province in the Visayan Region, Republic of the Philippines. Together with my groupmates, we've decided to pick the municipality of Alegria as the place to conduct our interview documentary regarding the life experience of teachers, teaching, and multi-grade. And with that, we visited a primary school named Cagayan Primary School. With little knowledge of the place, our thought in mind was that it was just a few minutes ride from the main town, just a little too far for us to, but we were very wrong. Throughout the entire journey, it consumed too much of our time to travel using bus, and when we arrived to the location, we need to take another ride using motorcycle. And at first, we thought that we will just arrive there within just a few minutes, but it takes almost 1 hour just to get in Cagayan Primary School. The road to the place was very rocky and bumpy, that the best option for transportation was only a motorcycle. The fare was expensive as it is dangerous. For a person who hasn't experienced to travel at a place like this, it would feel like your life was at risk at every kilometers that the motorcycle takes. But even though it was the case, it has a stunning view and more so it has wonderful people. When we arrived to the school, the kids and teachers were very welcoming and has never been but kind to us. They accepted us with a great faith and a big smile that made the journey worth it. There are only 2 classrooms in Cagayan Primary School, and 2 teachers with 15 pupils inside in one classroom. And as we went there, or as we are inside the classroom, we can feel the happiness on children's eyes. And with that, they are very determined to answer the given questionnaire we had given to them. Honestly, we can see through those teachers' eyes the love to their pupils. They never care how far the school is, but the important thing is the knowledge and the love they want to give to their pupils. And with that, we salute to these 2 teachers in Cagayan Primary School. They are one of the best.
Now that I have learned about the some factors contributing to the existence of multigrade teaching, this is the case study about the multigrade schools that we interviewed and observed. So, it is located in a mountain area of Aluguya. Its name is Cagayan Elementary School. It is very far from the highway and the transportation is really difficult because there is really no proper way. The road is very rocky. The classroom is composed of 2 classrooms with 2 teachers, so we only interviewed 1 teacher, so based on her testimony, she was teaching multigrade for almost 10 years. And being a teacher in a multigrade is not easy because she spent her own money just to make her classroom presentable for the students. But the teacher stated that she can't leave her students and the school because she's very close to the students. And she wants to be a stepping stone for her students to have a better future. And she said that she enjoyed on what she was doing, or on what she is doing. As a future educator or teacher assigned in a multigrade area or classroom, I believe that one of the benefits of multigrade teaching is that I find it interesting is the community involvement because through this you can have social interactions with the parents in the community, and through this you can gain the trust of the people in the community. And I believe that this could be very useful in teaching in a remote area or in multigrade classes. I believe that I can be a more effective multigrade teacher in my class in the near future because at this age, I already experienced how hard a multigrade teaching is, but it doesn't disappoint me nor discourage. In fact, it inspires me to be a multigrade teacher to help and teach those students in a remote area. I must build a strong foundation mentally, emotionally, in order to survive, and also I need to love more children's and teachings as well. Or should I say, I need to love more about my job. Content analysis of this data revealed 4 major factors that contributed to the successful multigrade teaching: leadership, professional development, structural support, and parent awareness. These factors could be considered to enable multigrade teachings in schools. Children who spend many years in the same classroom with the same structures and the majority of their classmates benefit from a dependable and stable setting. Numerous chances for collaboration and mutual learning are presented by the range of age and skills among the students. In order to mentor the younger students, older students can assume more responsible tasks.